Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Daily Red Devil. We have loads and loads of big stories to bring you today, but before we do that, please do me a small favour. If you are watching for the first time today, make sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and also give this episode a like. On the stream today, we are going to be talking about Benjamin Sesko. What a surprise. We're going to be talking about Sesko. We're going to be talking about a potential swap deal involving Rasmus Hojlund, some big questions being asked, and some big comments actually coming out from Fabrizio Romano in relation to this. So we're going to be talking about this. We're also going to be talking about apparently Newcastle now being out of the race. What does that mean? Are we going to sign Sesko? But before we do all that, I want to get your thoughts on this. Would you swap Rasmus Hojlund for Benjamin Sesko? Now, this might seem like a stupid question, but the counter argument to this is, what happens if Benjamin Sesko gets injured? Who's our striker then? Are we going to see Kobbie Mainoo up front as the striker again? Are we going to see Bruno playing as a false nine? So, although it seems like an obvious question, I think the question is more, can we go into next season with only one striker? Because if Hojlund leaves, we have one striker. If Hojlund stays, we have one striker. Do you see where I'm going with this? And I've always said that I think a team of Manchester United's calibre, where we want to be, top four, challenging for titles, we'd always have two or three world-class strikers competing. Whereas at the moment, we have one up-and-coming striker in Hojlund. And as good as Sesko is, he still is an up-and-coming striker. He's not proven yet. He's not a Premier League proven striker. And if you think back to the glory days, as it were, Man United would always have two or three world-class strikers, always battling it out to start. So I think I'll rephrase the question. Effectively, it is a swap deal. That's what's being discussed. But does that make sense? Does it make sense to go into next season with only one attacking player? Striker. Obviously, we have other attacking players. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's move on from there. Let's bring this story then about Hojlund. So this is coming out from Fabrizio Romano this morning. Was it this morning? Sorry, it was late last night. It kind of is still late last night, isn't it? It's pretty early. Very early stream for me today. So this is coming from Fabrizio. This was posted 9 hours ago. He says, Leipzig have told Manchester United to give them Hojlund when the club contacted them for Sesko. He says that RB Leipzig consider Hojlund the perfect player for the striker position. It says a dream, but the player wants to stay and he maintains his position. He hasn't received any communication from the club that he has to go. If someone was to do this, he will then assess his options on the market. There could be more clubs in for him if he agrees to leave. So Fabrizio is effectively reporting that when Manchester United approached RB Leipzig to discuss a deal for Benjamin Sesko, they said, we're open to the conversation, but we want Rasmus Hojlund. That's the player we want, you know? We'll sell you Benjamin Sesko, but we want to take Rasmus Hojlund from you. And I can imagine most people are sat at their computer screens this morning or on their phones screaming, do the deal, what are we waiting for? And I agree, you know, it makes sense. Hojlund hasn't really worked at Manchester United so far. But, this is the big but here. We can't go into next season with one striker. Whether it's Hojlund or Sesko, I don't think that's good enough. Because what happens if they get injured? I know people are going to say, what about Chido Obi? He's 17. Chido Obi should really be being loaned out. Going to the Championship, playing every single game in the Championship, learning his trade. We can't. I just don't think we can rely on and put that much pressure on somebody at the age of 17, personally, and I don't think that's the right thing for him, for his development. I think you can give him 10 minutes here or there, but Chido Obi at the age of 17 shouldn't be starting every single game for Man United. And that's not because he's not good enough. It's just because, and I know people are going to say, oh, what about Lamine Yamal? He's only 17. I get it. There are some, freak examples, but not many. And I think going into next season with either just Sesko or just Hojlund would be a mistake. So, yeah, I mean, in short, would I take Sesko over Hojlund? Of course I would. But I would ideally like to have two strikers at the club. So I would ideally like to bring in Sesko and have the ability to keep Hojlund as well, just as another option. But if that's not possible, then obviously Hojlund needs to go, So it's a difficult one. There's not an easy answer to this. I just worry that we'll start the next season. Sesko gets injured. What do we do then? There's nobody else. I mean, yes, you could play Cunha there. Yes, you could play Mburmo there. Yes, you could play Bruno there. But we're kind of stretching a little bit here, aren't we? I guess you could play Kobbie Mainoo there. He's played as a number 9 once for Ten Hag, I think. Is there anybody else? Is Ethan Wheatley still at the club? I mean, I'm literally thinking of like reserve players now. What happened to Ethan Wheatley? Does he still play for Man United? No, he's signed for Northampton Town. Yeah, Manchester United striker joins Northampton Town on loan. So other than that, there isn't really anybody, right? So yeah, it's a very interesting one though, in the sense that RB Leipzig are apparently asking for Rasmus Hojlund. Would Hojlund want to go to RB Leipzig? That's the question. No Champions League football. I mean, realistically, RB Leipzig is a big step down from Manchester United. Remember, he supports Manchester United as well. So he's probably living his dream at the moment, playing for Manchester United. Yes, he's not playing very well, but he still is playing for Manchester United. So it's going to be very difficult to push him out of the club, realistically. And as it stands at the point of recording this video, it doesn't seem like Manchester United are trying to push him out. As at the point of recording this video, obviously things might change over the next coming weeks and months, but sorry, not months. We've got like 3 weeks left of the window. But yeah, over the next month, things may change. But as it stands at the moment, it doesn't look like Manchester United are going to push Hojlund out of the club. There are some stories saying that we don't actually need to sell him in order to buy Sesko. That we have enough money to buy Sesko without getting rid of him, which is reassuring. Yeah, it is reassuring. Okay, let's see what people are saying in the chat this morning. What have we got? Jay says we got a striker last summer, Xerxes. Xerxes not a striker, guys. Xerxes even told us in his own words that he's not a striker. So, yeah. Okay, let's bring you the story about Newcastle. Where is it? Okay, so obviously there is this report from Slovenia, obviously where Benjamin Sesko is from, saying that apparently he's chosen Newcastle. But then there's a story this morning saying that apparently... Where has it gone? So this is coming out from Craig Hope, who is a Northeast journalist. It looks like he goes on the tours and stuff. Yeah, he seems to be like a Newcastle correspondent. He's got 125,000 followers on his X account. And he reported yesterday that apparently Newcastle were out of the race to sign Benjamin Sesko. But then this morning he's come back and said something slightly different. This is literally in the last 5 minutes. He's reported a different story. So I'm going to read out the latest story for you. Yesterday he was saying they're out of the race. Now he's saying, while reports from Slovenia suggest Benjamin Sesko may have chosen Newcastle, he says there is no official communication. The general feeling is that Manchester United are still the favourites. So obviously there was this story last night saying that apparently a Slovenian journalist had said that he's going to Newcastle. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those ones where it's going to be back and forth, back and forth. I mean, most of the stories, other than this one guy from Slovenia, most of the stories are saying that he's going to come to Manchester United. Let's just simplify this, right? For those of you who... So I know there's a lot of people who watch these videos who you know, it's like an emotional roller coaster. One day something's happening, the next day it's not. So I get it, it's frustrating, but let's just simplify it, okay? If Manchester United offer the amount of money that Leipzig want, we will get Benjamin Sesko. It's as simple as that. If we want Benjamin Sesko will become a Manchester United player. Very, very simple. If we don't offer it, i.e. we're like, oh, we'll give you like 20 million and 30 million in a month and whatever, then he'll go to Newcastle. Because Newcastle have willingly said that they will pay the full asking price. That's been publicly put out there. That Newcastle are willing to pay the complete asking price for Benjamin Sesko, which is 75 million euros, I think. Whereas Manchester United apparently want to negotiate. So the contest is realistically just whether we give them the money or not. So this whole thing of, oh, he's chosen to go to Newcastle. He'll only choose to go to Newcastle if we don't offer the money. Because if we offer the money, he will come to Manchester United. It's as simple as that. And I think that sometimes with football, we just need to like simplify it, because it's so easy to get hung up on all of this and to go back and forward and to get really frustrated about it and to be like, oh, why does the news keep changing? It's very, very simple, this transfer. Newcastle are ready to pay the asking price right now for Benjamin Sesko, which is 75 million euros, okay? They're ready to pay it, and they will pay it. Manchester United, on the other hand, are trying to negotiate. They're trying to say, we'll give you some of it now, some of it next month, some of it in a few months. Oh, will you do 60 instead of 75? Will you do this? Will you do that? And as it stands at the moment, RB Leipzig want the money. That was why Arsenal didn't sign him. It wasn't because he wasn't good enough. It was because RB Leipzig were difficult to deal with. Arsenal didn't feel like they were getting value in the market. Arsenal felt like they should be getting more for their money. That's why they went for Gyökeres. He was, I think, 60 million euros, so about 15 million less. Obviously, way more experienced as well. So yeah, it's very easy for us as fans to get kind of tied up in all of this and to be like, oh, this guy said this. Oh, the news is changing. Oh, this news is out of date now. Oh, this, like, I get it. It's frustrating, but that's just how it is with football. That's how it is with transfer windows. And at the moment, he would rather join Manchester United over Newcastle. That's the simple way of explaining what's going on here. If Man United offer the money, he will come to Manchester United. If we don't offer the money, he'll go to Newcastle. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, it's very easy for us to get hung up on all of this and to get frustrated and to be like, why is the news keep changing? It's just how it is. And if people don't like that, I would just tune off from football until the season starts, which is in 2 weeks? Is it 2 weeks today? Yeah, 2 weeks today, I think it is, isn't it? So yeah. All right, let's see what else. There isn't really much else going on at the moment, being honest. It's all quite quiet. Obviously, the big story is the Benjamin Sesko thing. There's not really much else to kind of comment on at the moment. I mean, it looks like Sancho's going to leave, which is just a boring topic now. It looks like, I don't know what's going on with Anthony. Anthony's gone incredibly quiet. So, yeah, it's just one of those ones at the moment where we're going to have to be, annoying as it sounds, we're going to have to be patient. And we're going to have to just bide our time. Yeah, because at the moment, we're just going around in circles with it all. So, yeah, quite frustrating. But there's not really too much we can do at this stage. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to just go over the old news over and over again. I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thank you very much for watching. It was a bit of an earlier stream this morning. I've still managed to bring you everything that's been happening. Please do make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to drop a like, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye for now.